This is a narrated version of Chapter 11, An Introduction to Crime Scene Reconstruction. Crime Reconstruction. Crime reconstruction is the determination of the actions and events surrounding the commission of a crime. A reconstruction may be accomplished by using the statements of witnesses, the confession of a suspect, the statement of a living victim, or the examination and interpretation of physical evidence. Crime reconstruction is a forensic discipline based on the forensic sciences, the scientific method, analytic logic, and critical thinking. It requires an understanding of the card's exchange principle, the ability to recognize and mitigate bias, and the willingness to abandon theories once they have been disproved. The card's exchange principle refers to an exchange of material that occurs when two objects come into contact. The process of reconstruction may be regarded as the following. Number 1, observe the evidence of events and related cues. Number 2, determine what might be learned of events from each observation. Number 3, postulate what the clue or observation means in the light of the crime. Number 4, propose alternative explanations for events. Number 5, eliminate alternatives with analytic logic, critical thinking, and experimentation. And number 6, sequence events until the picture is complete. The role of evidence. Sequential evidence, anything that establishes or helps to establish when an event occurred or the order in which two or more events occurred. Directional evidence, anything that shows where something was going or where it came from. Locational evidence shows where something happened or where something was and its orientation with respect to objects at the location. Action evidence defines anything that happened during the commission of the crime. Contact evidence, something that demonstrates whether and how two persons, objects, or locations were at one point associated with each other. Ownership evidence, something that helps answer the who question with a high degree of certainty. Associative evidence, usually a form of trace evidence that can be identification of ownership evidence. Limiting evidence defines the nature and boundaries of the crime scene. Inferential evidence, anything that the reconstructionist thinks may have been at the scene when the crime occurred but was not actually found. Temporal evidence, anything that specifically denotes or expresses the passage of time at the crime scene relative to the commission of the crime. Psychological evidence, any act committed by the perpetrator to satisfy a personal need or motivation. It should be noted that in any given case, one piece of evidence may fit into more than one of the above stated categories. Evidence dynamics. Evidence dynamics refers to any influence that adds, changes, relocates, obscures, contaminates, or obliterates physical evidence regardless of intent. Evidence dynamics are at work even before the crime happens, as well as during the interval that begins as physical evidence is being transferred or created. Dynamics. Influences prediscovery. Crime reconstructionists are too often built on an assumption of integrity, that evidence left behind at a crime scene has been guarded and left undisturbed prior to the arrival of the police, investigators, or other responders. Consider the following forms of evidence dynamics: crime scene tape, the crime scene, offender actions, victim actions, secondary transfer, witnesses, weather, climate, decomposition, insect activity, animal activity, fire and fire suppression efforts, the first responder, police personnel, emergency medical team. Dynamic influences post-discovery. Each process subsequent to evidence discovery has the potential to leave its mark on the evidence. Consider the following forms of evidence dynamics: failure to search or recover, evidence technicians, coroner, medical examiner, premature scene cleanup, packaging, and transportation. Storage, examination by forensic personnel, premature disposal, and destruction. To account for these post-discovery influences, a record must be kept of the people, places, and processes that the evidence has endured since the time of its recognition. This record is referred to as the chain of custody. This ends this narrated version of this PowerPoint.